Hello, Chris.
What's up, Mars? How's it going?
Good. So a lot of people don't know what is like the right or wrong question to ask a trans person, but I think there's a lot of curiosity. I want to help spread information for people. So I wanted to offer a safe space for you to ask me anything you've ever wanted to ask a trans person.
All right, thank you, thank you. So one thing I wanted to ask you about is, are there things that you experience now that you think might be uniquely male or masculine or male presenting, even struggles that when you're in social circles, you might be treated in a way that's like, oh man, this might be easier otherwise, you know, like, because obviously there are struggles that are unique to men. It's a lot of the stuff we've been talking about.
That's a really, really good question. Before I transitioned, I think that I was like a hardcore radical feminist. I was like, fuck all men, like all kinds of shit like that, which I don't believe and I don't say anymore. But I didn't think that men had any struggles.
Yeah. I
was like, you guys got it so easy. And then I became a man and I was like, oh shit, like there's so many things that are difficult that I didn't expect. I think one of the really interesting things, and you know what? You are such a fucking cool example of dealing with this, because it was really difficult for me to find a sexuality, like not like my sexuality, but to be a hot, sexually empowered man felt so scary because I attributed men's sexual energy to like violent and like dangerous. Right. And then honestly, I watch your videos and I look at your comments and I'm like, bro, this is like the sickest dude ever. Like, it's like millions of girls being like, you respect me, like, please fuck me. So I think that was really difficult, figuring out how to be a hot, sexy dude. And you do it phenomenally. In a way that's so ethical and kind and like non-dominating. You're able to own your truth and you're so grounded in your ethics and your morals that it just shines through and it's hot as
I super appreciate that. Seriously, that's very kind of you to say. So, kind of rolling along with that, have you ever had an experience, like a shitty example, but I think you hear it get thrown around a lot of like, oh, you know, women have it easy, like they can go to the bar and get free drinks or whatever. You know, men have to pay for their drinks. And again, that's like such a silly, simple example, but do you find that there are some things in like social settings where you're like, wow, because I'm in this circle, as a man, do I feel more maybe isolated, or like it's a bit more, I have to put in more effort to engage with others or like make friends or bond? Is that something that you feel pressure around these days?
Yeah, that's so interesting. And specifically the like pay for thing is such a complicated topic for me, because when I first started like trying to date women as a man, I was susceptible to a lot of this wrong ideology that like girls only wanted guys that were ripped and rich and like all these things. So I really tried to, you know, buy the fancy dinners and kind of show off that I could pay for things and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm literally like a trans person and I'm dating like cis women. Like I'm not gonna pay for all this. And I know that's like probably a lot of women would see that and be like, well, like, you know, that's what men do. I've had to figure out a way of dating that is outside of the like heteronormative style of dating, even though I'm technically in heterosexual relationships most often, where I'm with women that are willing to mold around gender roles and would be somebody that might initiate buying me a drink when I go to the club or paying for dinner or planning dates. Like that's something that I like. I like that equality and that balance. And then just like the picking up chicks aspect of like going up and talking to a girl versus when, you know, you're seen as a woman, maybe people are coming up to you. That's been really interesting because I was so afraid of going up to women because I didn't want to seem creepy and weird, and I had known what it was like when a guy like bothers you and stuff. But then I was like, wait, because I have all of that information, I obviously am going to clock if somebody wants to talk to me or doesn't want to talk to me. And I started having a little bit more confidence in myself. And what I found is a lot of the times when I go up and talk to a woman, and most of the time I try to talk to women not just for dating. I'd go up and talk to them because they seem interesting and whatever happens, happens. But most of the time when I go up and talk to them, they're so, and I'm sure you relate to this, they're so fucking grateful that a guy like wants to ask them a real question or like look them in the eyes and say something other than, Joe, you want to see my car? So, yeah, it was hard at first, and now I feel like I'm tapping into my superpower and the ways that I would want to interact in the world. And honestly, for everybody. Just being my authentic self made so many more people want to come up to me, regardless of whatever gender you are.
So it sounds like there's a theme of like leaning into your authentic self rather than pushing against it.
Yeah.
Like, is that fair to say?
Absolutely. And I feel like that's like a lesson for everybody too.
Exactly, yeah. It's like such a universal, beautiful thing to accept and start leaning into. Yeah.
Can I ask you, do the ladies come up and flirt with you?
Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, sometimes I'm fortunate enough. I would say, yeah, it's a bit of a mix in person. I'm actually very shy in person, which sometimes people don't think, based on my content, can be boisterous. Part of the, I don't want to say the reason, because I've been making content for years, but one of the perks that I've enjoyed through content is I get messages from, and it's not just women, it's literally anyone or companies or whoever, but since I'm getting viewership, people are interested in now reaching out to me. And so that also applies to the dating world, and that's been nice because I know if a woman's approaching me in a flirtatious way, oh, well, she's definitely interested at least.
Yeah, your comments are interested.
Oh,
they make it clear that they're interested.
It's fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, and we can just go from there. So I really enjoy that the dynamic has shifted a little bit where my inner introvert is like, oh, they're coming to me. Okay, good. I love that. So there's some of that for sure. Yeah.
When I started following you and looking at your content and like looking at your comments, that was something that I loved so much because it's like, I think that we think there's a way of being like a healthy man and he's like a wet blanket, you know, like cuck dude. And then we think, oh, like there's a toxic man, but he's getting laid all the time and he has tons of money. And it's like, you're such a perfect example of the ways of embodying like a hot, powerful, like sexual, strong man without being like a asshole. And
Thank you so much.
I think it like any guy would want a ton of, I mean, I love when tons of hot people in my comments say they want it.
Oh, it's great.
It's great.
It definitely boosts the ego. I super appreciate that. Thank you.
Last question. What's the craziest comment you've gotten?
Oh, Lord.
Craziest thirst comment you've gotten? Or DM?
I've made videos about this actually. I've had like women say, hey, my husband wants to watch, like come be the bull, you know?
Do the husbands ever reach out?
Yeah.
And they're like, please fuck my wife.
One time I got a DM from a guy and he's like, yeah, my girlfriend really wants to sleep with you, I want to watch. And I'm like, really? Like, tell her to say hey. And he goes, oh, she doesn't have an Instagram. I'm like, there's no girlfriend. Like, really? Have her send like a voice message to me. And it's him putting on a voice. And he's like, hey, Chris, it's Stephanie. I'm like, dude, that's literally you, bro.
Do you think he just wanted to fuck you?
Yeah. Or
There's
he just
no
wanted,
girlfriend.
Maybe he has like a thrill of like trying to.
Get your attention.
So it's been fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have people that want you to give me babies, please?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm very cautious about all this stuff for sure. I had at one point heard someone say the phrase, kind of like referring to you like when you were a girl or something like that. How do you feel about that? Do you find that most trans individuals feel similarly about referring to themselves when they were younger in that way? Do you think some might be like, oh no, I was never a girl, I just was in that body? Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel I'm very comfortable with talking about my life before. And I think the verbiage, I understand that cis people, you know, language, it might not come across perfectly, but I can always tell the intention of somebody.
Right.
I reference it like when I was socialized as a woman, and I think people hear that. And sometimes just for ease of like coming out, I was like, when I used to be a lady, because I think it's funny, and I like to like play with it. It's definitely specific to the individual. There are some trans people that are like, that I like don't even talk about that part of my life. Like that was something that's kept away and not who I am now, and we don't even like discuss that. And then there's some people like me that are like, yeah, I used to have huge tits. Like, what's up?
Cool. Okay.
That's the one thing I regret. So totally off topic, but I feel like since we were talking about sex and stuff, I used to have triple H boobs. They were 12 pounds. 12 pounds. Yeah. I'll show you my tits.
Okay. Hell yeah. Cool.
But that was the one thing I regretted is I should have put those tits out there more, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good Lord.
And I wouldn't be who I am today without those huge tits.
Appreciate that perspective. Cool.
Yes. Okay, another hug.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, Mars. Thank you.
Keep being an example of men that get laid that are cool.
Thank you. That was great.